and welcome everyone into another Amplitude Studios stream. Hopefully you all can hear us, see us, and you're doing well.
At least the captions are hearing us, which is a good sign.
The captions are hearing us, which is a very good sign. I just want to make sure that we're well and audible before we start going off on lengthy tangents.
Our tangents being lengthy? Never.
My favorite type of tangent.
But you know, mathematically speaking, our tangents are short. Because a mathematical tangent is infinitely long.
True. That's a good point. Tangent is the one that
touches a curve.
That touches one of the sides and then just goes on forever on either end, right? Well, it's a line.
Well, depending on which field of mathematics you're in, the tangent might actually end up intersecting. Because if you're in calculus and you have a saddle point,
okay,
then the tangent goes through.
But that's a line, not necessarily like a shape.
Yeah, no, of course. If you have a, well, even with shapes, if you have like a, wait, is it convex or concave?
Well, yeah, you could have like a banana or something. And then,
if you have a banana shape, it's still crossing. The point is like locally, it touches.
Got it.
But like at the larger, macroscopic level, so to speak, you can, cross somewhere else.
Makes sense. How are we doing? Changlini, Dradi? How's everybody doing on this fine Thursday?
This fine 1st of June.
Yeah, welcome to June, ladies and gentlemen. It is officially not May anymore.
It has entirely snuck up on me because it was very much like, wait, it's June already? Where did May go? Wasn't it April yesterday?
Yeah, I don't know. May just kind of disappeared, but it's sunny and warm now.
Oh yeah, it went from like
that.
Overcast,
cloudy
sometimes
and
cloudy,
cold.
sometimes drizzly, to like summer, no sky in the cloud, no sky in the clouds, no cloud in the skies, and it's like, oh my god. At least my sunburn is starting to turn brown instead of red.
That's good, yeah. I have gotten a little bit of sun myself. You can't probably tell.
The funny things, you can see on my arm that the sun was just coming around the edge of the house because I have this straight line on my arm.
Yeah, you got burnt good. Yeah, as somebody who often gets sunburnt, I feel you there.
I was like, oh, I'm in the shadow. I don't need the sunscreen because I'm, in the shadow of the house. And then I started my work and my arm was outside of the shadow as I was working.
I see. So you got like a selective burn.
Yes.
I heard an interesting fact, not the other day, but I could have said the other day, so it sounded relevant. But, but I heard that there's actually, in the United States at least, more people that get cancer, like skin cancer, on their left arm than the right.
It's all the people hanging their arm out of their car as they're driving?
Yeah. It's because of the fact that your left arm gets more sun when you're driving a car. You're always on the left side in America. And
so in the UK, they're getting it on the right arm?
They're getting cancer on the right arm, yeah.
Except the UK doesn't get sun, I guess.
Yeah, they're not part of the study.
Well, actually, not that I think about it. I mean, I joke about the UK, not getting sun, but the UK probably does get less sun than like Texas because it's further north.
Oh yeah,
but
100%.
Doesn't Australia also drive on the left like the UK?
I have no idea. That's a really good question. I feel like that's something I should know, but I've never been to Australia, and
I think they still drive on the left as well, but I'm not 100% sure.
It's not really something that comes up a lot in conversation when you're talking about, hey, Australia.
I mean, it's also there's some of these things, like if you think about it, for us, we always learned in school, like, the sun rises in the east, then
sets in the west.
It sets in the west, and it's the highest in the south. If you think about it, when you're below the equator, you're below the plane that the sun and the earth share. So I'm pretty sure the sun is in the north at noon in Australia.
I think that would make sense. What's up, Yoshi Kid?
But you never think about that.
Yeah. I mean, I think in a lot of ways the sun is just kind of up and down for most people.
Yes.
Rather than being like, well, that's
but it's like,
northern side of the sky.
But it's like, when you're like, yes, it's nice to have the window on the south side of the house or whatever, because then I get sun in noon, then, that wouldn't work in like New Zealand or Australia.
Well, and living in places that are not.
At least I'm pretty sure. Once I actually chatted with an Australian like through instant messaging and asked, and they were also like, "I've never paid attention to this. I have no idea."
That's what I'm saying. I think most people don't even think about it, but I've also never lived as far north in terms of like longitude. Latitude. Latitude's the one. And so it doesn't really like.
No, it definitely
doesn't really make it so much of a difference in terms of like what angle the sun is if you're closer to the equator. And so I just feel like most people don't notice that unless you live in like Canada.
No, I mean we're here at what, about 35 north.
I have no idea. You said that so much like I would know.
But I think it's
idea.
Somewhere in like the between 30 and 40 degrees is France, I think. But I'm not entirely sure. But
okay.
But
what does it go to?
Well, up to 90.
Up to because 90
the pole is at right angle to the equator.
And then 0 to negative 90?
Yes, basically.
Okay.
I mean, geographers mostly say 90 north or 90 south, but like mathematically you'd probably have plus and minus, but whatever. But the point I was making is more like, at the not the equinox, the solstice.
The summer solstice.
Yes, the longest day.
Mm-hmm.
The shadow at noon would be coming in at the angle of the latitude you're at. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
because
that makes sense.
What's
up,
that's how far
Zephyr?
it's turned.
Welcome in. We're just musing about the sun angles.
No, wait. It's not at the solstice, because the solstice is when you're most turned towards it.
The winter equinox.
So it would be at the equinox because then you're exactly like parallel in the equator. But whatever. Like the further on, of course we're not like polar circles.
I just got back from Norway and it was pretty crazy.
Exactly.
So.
Of course we're not like at Norway levels where it's like, oh, the sun sets at like 11 p.m. and comes back up at 1 a.m.
Yeah. Well, the craziest thing is I was gonna say the sun is pretty cool, but that would be factually wrong.
Well,
it's pretty hot.
Well,
but yeah, so
the sun, like cosmologically speaking, the sun is still pretty cool, because like
compared to other hot things, you mean?
Yeah, like the 5,000 degrees or whatever on the surface of the sun. Physically speaking, that's nothing. I'm pretty sure the hottest and coldest places we know in the universe were both on Earth, made in the lab.
Interesting. Turns out Mr. Foot is saying 49 degrees north.
But yeah, and if you think about it, 49, that's more than
high.
That's more than halfway to the pole.
Yeah. Well, see, in Norway, it's weird because you have the sun almost all day, but it's not going like overhead during the summer. It's going like kind of across the sky.
I mean, I've seen pictures from like, when you're past the polar circle, and it's like, you just have it like somewhere in the south of you, it just dips up and down above the horizon in summer.
It's just chilling really low in the sky, but still bright all the time. And it was actually kind of cool because I was out all day in the sun all day with like no sunscreen on, and I didn't get burnt.
So I guess if
and
anybody
as a redhead, that's a triumph.
Yeah, I was about to say. So I guess if anybody is worried about vampires, or I guess redheads, they move to the north because there's always sun.
No, but I'm saying the sun is less intense.
Yes.
Hey, Burger, welcome in. It's a very Grim Reaper-y emote there you got.
Yeah. Let's hope that does not bode for our performance when we turn to the game.
Yeah,
because we haven't been doing that well with battles lately, have we?
I mean, maybe not. Team Vampire. I'm definitely on Team Vampire as the resident.
As the skin complexion of both of us shows.
Yeah,
yes.
We're both super pale. I'm getting tan. I'm getting tan this summer. I'm gonna be out running and stuff.
You can see where one arm was a bit in the sun for like 2 hours, and the other arm.
This one's definitely darker. One's definitely darker. Yeah, but I mean, even if you just look at this side of my arm versus like that side of my arm, it's like very noticeably darker.
But.
In freckle terms.
But yeah, no, I absolutely need to make a point of going out and just spending more time in the sun this summer.
Well, vitamin D is important, but it's honestly more than that, because apparently what I've heard is you only need about 10 minutes of sunlight on just your face to get all the vitamin D.
I'm not just talking about
day.
the vitamin D, but just also the emotional impact of being out in the sun and in the fresh air and all that. Because last year I was still getting the regular treatments that told me, oh, a week before and a week after you should avoid direct sun exposure. Okay, how often are they? Every 3 weeks.
Yeah, honestly, that would have been
the punishment disc.
Oh gosh, yeah. But no, I think I don't know if this is a real no, I don't think it's a real disorder, but back when I was in college, I used to always talk about nature deficit disorder, which is I think it's a made up thing.
Yeah, of course, I don't think it.
I don't think it's in the DSM.
Yes, it's probably not in the DSM-5 or in the.
Definitely not in 4.
In the what is it called? IC something.
I don't remember.
That doesn't like the DSM is like the psychologist one, and the other one is like for all sicknesses.
Right. But anyways, yeah, when you're just stuck in a concrete jungle,
yes, exactly.
You get this yearning to touch grass, to like rub your face on some trees.
They don't call it, surely not call it a nature deficit disorder, but I'm pretty sure that seasonal depression or something like that is probably recognized.
Seasonal depression is actually a recognized disillness. Yeah, a disillness. Mental illness disorder.
A business. I mean,
dizzle. Exactly. Oh goodness.
An ill order or something like that, right?
Yeah, an ill order.
Business ill order.
How's
we cannot words so good sometimes.
Yeah, no, words are hard. Words are very difficult.
Especially English ones. Spelling rules? What's that?
Don't get me started. But anyways, how's everybody doing today? Welcome in, y'all. I hope you all are prepared for a stream that is not going to be what I told you yesterday.
Because technical difficulties.
Yeah, I tried to load up my save that we were doing, and I don't know what happened. I did something bad, I think. And so we went with option B, which was to start a new game, and we're going to be using a different mod. And this mod is actually only available on Steam Workshop right now. So keep that in mind. If you're not on Steam, then it'll be hard to get your hands on. For now, I don't know if Oscar's planning on...
It might be on Mod.io, and I just didn't find it.
Different name or something.
But yes, right now it's on the Steam Workshop called Paradigm Shift by Elohim, who also made one of the Earth maps, so he's probably a known quantity in the mining community. And well, it's kind of exactly what it says on the tin. He reworked a big way the city building works.
Yes, Kuso, Paradigm Shift. Paradigm, no E.
Yeah, no silent E for once.
It's spelled. The caption spelled it out.
Wow. But I love that for the last two letters it just skipped a dash.
Yeah. GM.
It's like General Motors.
General Motors. Yeah, exactly. But anyways, yeah. So it's kind of a different type of mod. I would put it in the balance category, where it changes the overall just kind of.
It's in a way it's balanced, but in a way it's also like an overhaul, because it addresses the balance by changing the system instead of just the values.
Well said. I couldn't have put it better. I went to Game Master for GM. See, yeah, I think I heard that a lot when we were doing.
GM, of course. Usually GM would make me think of Game Master, but just I think like 2 days ago I watched a YouTube video by Technology Connections complaining about how the brake lights on his electric car only come on when he has stopped already in certain drive modes. And and he was comparing to a different electric car made by General Motors, and that's why GM being General Motors was on my mind, I guess.
Yeah. What's up, Meat Bomb?
Yeah, the captions have been getting pretty good.
We have a theory, Meat Bomb. Our theory, which I guess maybe it was just my theory, is that the AI kind of craze has hit the captions, and so now it's based off of like an AI model interpreting it and making it a lot better.
I'm pretty sure they used quote unquote AI long before the generative models.
Well, right.
Because they probably had, because the AI really, it's not an artificial intelligence in the sense we usually think. It's like a neural network. It's a reinforced learning algorithm, some kind of thing. And I think it's specifically I don't remember the specific term, but there's a term of reinforced learning where you have a human actor to like verify that it's learning the right things. And of course, they had like 70 people being completely underpaid in some, different country doing that, and those people have now unionized.
That's good.
But
yeah,
and I think for this, it's the same with like the smart fill on Photoshop has been using these kind of like neural network learning models for a long time to learn that stuff.
And so anyways, because I think in the past the captions haven't worked as well. I just think that they've leveled up.
The thing with these neural networks is, as you feed them data and keep training them, they get better. So obviously, yes, I don't know how long this caption software has been around, but as people have been using it, and if they had like a feedback form or whatever where people can report, hey, this got it wrong here or whatever, then it would improve over time.
Yeah, makes sense. But anyways, we should probably get into some
actual Humankind. Yes,
we can hop into there. But
I may actually also need the game.
Yeah, I'm still in my hotness Sony getup. Hotness Sony, yes, just like that. Well, let me see if we can get it. Hotness Sony. Dang it!
I think
hard in the Sony is not
if I'm not mistaken, but it's been a long time since I looked up how to pronounce. I think it's actually Haudenosaunee. But it's also not getting it.
Holding a Shoney. What's a Shoney though?
I don't know. But I was about to say the facial tattoo and the beard really don't go that well together, do they?
It looks like I got something messed up with my chin.
The captions tried so hard and they got so far, but in the end it didn't even matter.
Yep. Hey, Renifolica. How's it going? Targo, how are you doing today? Welcome in. The facial tattoos under the beard do look weird, yeah. Agreed, Navarro Bursk. It's not the best look, but it's okay, because we'll start this new game and we'll be the nomadic people and it'll be alright.
Do we want to change any of the settings or just...
Honestly, I'm gonna leave this one up to you.
I see you made the smart move.
I'm not playing on Nation.
I think I'm not playing on Nation anymore either because it keeps kicking my butt.
Metropolis was hard. I ate too much blue maize. Yeah, honestly.
A few continents, I guess.
Ballpoint pen exploded.
Let's make the continent shape average because when it was on custom, no idea what it was set to. So let's just make sure we get a reasonable...
Make it whatever you like.
I'm pretty sure that the mod is probably balanced for a normal kind of map settings and not some weird wild stuff where it's like, hey, everything is desert or whatever.
Yeah, fair enough. Those people that chewed on pens back in school? That's what my chin looked like. Like I'd just been chewing on a pen and it went dribbled all over my chin.
I had one classmate back then who had a little blue dot on his arm here because somebody had thought it would be funny to take the ballpoint pen and stab him with it, and they had stabbed him hard enough that it actually like penetrated the top layer of the skin and left the ink.
Yeah, no, I've seen people with like pieces of lead or graphite from pencils just like living in their skin somewhere. If it's not like, harming you, it's just gonna chill.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking about it needs to have gotten in there somehow, and that probably hurt.
Yeah.
But the first 4 billion years across the world.
Welcome to the dawn of humankind. Across the world, nascent society. I think Jeff loves nascent as a word.
One of our community members, I don't know who it was, once said, I see Amplitude keeps continuing the tradition of making me get out the dictionary.
Honestly, though, yeah, I feel like...
He uses so many words that people have to look up. And even I sometimes, where I have a very weird vocabulary in some parts because, I read a lot of fantasy and sci-fi. And even I'm sometimes like, I have no idea what he's talking about here in this thing he wrote for like Endless Space 2 or whatever. I need to look it up. So it's like
Sometimes, oh, did you just think to yourself, huh, that's a river, there's probably a thing?
pretty much yes, because the rivers have a higher chance to spawn food than the bear tiles.
You know, that's something that I learned not too long ago in somebody's YouTube video that I was watching. I think I actually posted it on our...
Or I'm not sure if it's like a higher chance to spawn an anomaly at all, but it's, yes, exactly. I think
For sure.
they're more likely to have the good ones.
Maybe it's both. Graphite is definitely less bad than the OG lead powder, but some people chew on the sharp ends of pens too. Yeah, honestly. I never had a chewing thing. You know what I mean? There were some kids that had a chewing thing.
Had a phase of chewing on everything.
Nope. I didn't chew on my nails. I didn't chew on pens or pencils or
I don't think
other kids.
Chewing on other kids.
Hi. Welcome in, Axel.
Hey, Axel.
Yeah, I don't know. Some kids just were different, yo. It's just they had overactive teeth. You chewed the bed frame at some point. Axel the feral dog.
I managed to
But if we get two, we can split up, grab the other one, and go somewhere else.
Yes, but so far we have no influence to grab any outpost.
But there was another curiosity. I mean, up to you. I'm not backseating here.
Let's do it because my first instinct was
still there.
My first instinct was also the food, but I am definitely concerned about having only 2 influence.
Yeah. Yeah,
I guess
good thought.
they
Ended on a
can
river.
try to burn that down.
2 mammoths? Is that possible?
Oh my god, did they one spawn here and one spawn here and then they merged? Oh no.
It's an army of roaming. It's a family. It's a mammoth.
And we don't even have the high ground. This is getting out of hand. Now there's 2 of them.
Did you chew the other kids, Burger?
But
I can see that.
I think the craziest thing I did when I was a kid was I fell out of bed, but for context, it was a bunk bed. It was in the top bunk, and it had like a 20-centimeter high railing that was supposed to stop me from falling out.
Oh,
and
gosh.
somehow I managed to roll over it. So I just slammed down from the top of the bunk bed.
Very aggressive night thrashing.
Yes, luckily, it seemed to have not been harmed terribly.
That's crazy. I do hear that when people fall like in their sleep, they don't usually get hurt because they're so relaxed. Like
that's possible.
I don't know if you ever heard of people that get pulled up in a tornado, and then the tornado like.
Oh my God! What?
What? This has got to be part of the mod, right?
I don't know. I don't know if he adjusted the spawn rate of the mammoths, but oh my God! Well, if we can get to a point,
Y'all seen Ice Age, right?
I think if we have 3 people, we might be able to little by little whittle away in them. But oh my God, what?
It's gonna be a lot of meat. Oh.
Okay. The others
has the low ground.
The others left, so we can go up here and.
Idiot.
It's over now.
My
God.
Chewing gum, perhaps. Literally Manny and his late wife from Ice Age 1. Yeah, honestly. Honestly, Tyler. The mammoths are populating quicker than rabbits. How long does it take to get a fully grown mammoth, though? You know what I mean? Like, how long did it take?
Yeah, no, but I if we compare it to like elephants, I guess I'm pretty sure they have fairly slow metabolism, so they don't grow super fast.
Takes a long time, right?
Because when you're that big, you can't have a fast metabolism because
you die so quickly.
You wouldn't be able to supply the energy you need. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I have to assume this is to stop early mammoth hunting. As like a balance thing, or are you being serious? Like, I don't usually fight the mammoths early. What do they give you? They give you
a lot of food and influence, and the influence is important.
Oh, that's true. Probably a couple years following elephants. To become full size? Only a couple years. That's still much faster than humans.
Only a couple of years. If you consider that, small animals like mice, take a few months to fully grow.
Sure, but like think about humans. What? Women are.
Oh my! We didn't manage to kill it in the 3 turns.
It was the rivers. The rivers screwed us over.
No, the rivers helped us actually, not take too much damage, but we still.
Yeah. What's up, iTuber? The game will be coming to console sometime this year.
Let's see if we can find it again. Yes, there it is. It has a whole 9 hit points left.
What about elephants? See, that's the thing, is that like we have issues with like population for animals, certain animals in the world.
Yes.
I don't think that, elephants have ever been super populous in the history of the world, right?
Yeah, that I don't know, because I don't think we exactly kept long-term elephant records for centuries.
I don't know. Humans are really unique for having labor complications all the time. Fellow simians generally don't need such intense prepartum care. Yeah. I mean, it has to do with the social structures of like humans.
There's that, but in a lot of ways, I guess it's also
16 and 16
humans
is pretty
have
good.
a very large head compared to their size of their hips. That makes it a lot more difficult to get that baby out of the woman.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. That's a good point.
The grind. Gotta respect the grind, I guess.
Gotta respect the grind.
I mean, I don't think the 25% discount on domestication is going to be that valuable. I don't think we even seen any horse deposits yet, so...
But only 2 foods kind of...
Yeah, but on the outpost, so if we slap the outpost down somewhere here...
Oh, I see.
It'll grow while we still keep running around.
Ooh, 12 and 15 is pretty good. I like that.
Gonna take a while to
Hey,
get there,
Arcalis, how's it going? Welcome in. Happy June. I just happened to get really unlucky with head versus pelvis size and all that. Yeah, my brother and my sister both were feet down babies.
Ooh.
Which, if you know anything about babies,
Yeah, that's not the orientation the baby's supposed to be
usually is bad. And if you think about it, you're like, when I first thought about babies, I was thinking, oh, wouldn't it be good to like grab them by their feet so that you don't like grab them by their head? But then apparently it's the other way around. You do want to grab them by the head so that when it's only the head left, it doesn't close back up. You know, it's like we still got more stuff to come out.
Yeah. The part that breathes kind of needs to be the first part out.
Yeah. So, anyways, my brother and sister were feet babies, but I was a head baby. That's my claim to fame in my family. my mom's like,
you're the first one who came out the right way
you
around.
were such a good baby. You were such a smart baby. And I was like, yeah, I was. Me in that womb. I really knew my directions. Like, apparently it's not evolutionary selected for to have a comfortable pregnancy versus what we got right now. Because the skull is so cartilaginous. What a word, cartilaginous.
Yeah, I mean, it's saying that, when you're born,
it's
it's cartilage. It's like, it's still quite soft, and, the seams haven't bonded yet and everything, so it's very malleable.
Cobbs, you wanted to see the chat? No, not for you.
Oh, God.
You're going to get these drops and you're going to like it.
Yeah, I really wish it would be like just one notification, like, hey, you have these drops available, and you can just dismiss it at once.
Yeah, the reason why it isn't is because it's not actually one drop.
Yeah, but
it's like
the
a
thing
million
is,
drops.
but like in the interface, it could be like one notification, and it's like you have these drops, and you can just skip through and then dismiss. I've had people tell me, oh no, there's a button to dismiss all of them at once, and I'm like, no, my Twitch doesn't have that button. I always have to dismiss all, 30 or so by now?
I don't know. My Twitch might actually have that button because I've never had such a big problem with it. What's up, boy in France? Welcome. From there, it can be permanently shaped by binding like the Egyptians did. You mean to become Horatio?
Basically, yes. I think the Egyptians were one of the cultures that bound their heads to
Yeah.
elongate it. So they
wrap it.
yes. So they did have a certain Horatio vibe about them, I guess.
I have to imagine that's where the...
Or I guess the Horatio has an Egyptian vibe about it.
Yeah,
honestly.
I was going to say. I was like, Horatio probably came from Egyptian...
It's you know, it's like when your old relatives are like, oh, your mother looks so much like you. It's like, no, the other way around. It's like...
I can see the family resemblance. The right way. Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, how you doing,
Not
Cobbs?
everything worth appreciating was forged by human.
Welcome.
Ooh, nice. We should
Thursday
claim this
afternoon.
region over here.
Is that a natural wonder?
Yes.
It's Yellowstone. I've never seen Yellowstone in a game before. In our game. You know what I mean? Like, I've never played a game of Humankind with it in it.
But it's been in since launch. Have you been that unlucky?
I've been that unlucky.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm doing quite good trying to traumatize Caleb by making him play GTFO. That's hilarious. He's been playing so much Northgard recently, from what I've heard.
GTFO is a game that's been on my list to try, but I never got around to. And then one time, I think it was during the Steam Next Fest, I tried so many indie game demos, and then I was like, at the very end, Steam finally thought to give me the notification of like, hey, this game you wanted to try has a free weekend. And I look at it and think, yes, that free weekend is over in 20 minutes. Thanks, Steam.
Yeah. GG's Steam.
I don't know why sometimes it doesn't give me notifications for days, and then I launch it and suddenly 20 notifications there. It's like,
I don't know. The technology bee.
or the craziest one is always when it's like, hey, so I scheduled this update of the game that, you know, they just released an update. I scheduled it for in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, I would understand it being like, hey, I scheduled it for like late at night when you're not actually playing. But why 2 weeks later?
I don't know.
Oh, hey, we found the neighbors already.
Oh, hey. Hi. Who are they? Still
they're
nomads.
Yes.
Yeah, Cobbs. Whenever they buy a new game and they're like, "Hey, Jordan, you should buy this game. You should buy. We can play it together." I'm like, okay. Like, let me figure out first if you're like gonna play this game for a bit. Because usually when I buy a game, I play it for a lot of hours. I don't just buy a game, play it for 10, 15, 20, 50 hours, and then I'm like, I'm out. I like to buy games that I'm going to be an investment that I get really good at and stuff. So I'm kind of like seeing like, is it a phase? Is it a phase? Right, Cobbs? That's same.
It's not a phase, Jordan.
This is my new personality. Like Valheim. Like I loved Valheim so much and I wanted to play more of it. But then like we don't end up playing it. And I'm like, dang it. The game rocks. What's up, Axel?
So let's see, who do we pick?
I want to take
A lot of them are already. Of course, the good ones are already taken. The Egyptians, the Nubians.
Yeah. Yeah, I am curious to see about the Nakalim. I've actually never played with them, so I suppose I'm not gonna appreciate the changes as much as some people, but I've been curious about them.
This is a big change compared to what it usually is.
Science per researchers, science per research technology.
Normally, it's only this effect, but +2. So splitting that in this and this makes it a lot more flexible.
Yeah,
In pushing it early.
that is interesting. Ask the Ptolemies, and that family resemblance stemmed from one heck of a family wreath. Like, because they were all marrying their sisters and stuff? Is that what you mean? I'm not sure.
They
So no story
were
games.
royals, and basically all of the royal families are.
I don't know.
They were literally in cultures around the world that were like, oh, actually, if you're royals, then having children with your siblings is sacred because the bloodline needs to be kept pure.
Yeah, I don't prescribe to it.
No,
Not a fan.
not a fan.
To be honest, there is a lot of natural wonders. If you always play the DLC content prioritized, it makes vanilla wonders even more rare.
Right. But
I think I do actually
true,
play that way.
We usually have them set on high.
Good point, Arcalis. What do you play in your free time? Just other strategy games? Oh, you sweet summer child, boy in France. No.
See, we need to tie him down to this chair for him to ever play strategy games.
No, that's not the case.
No, exaggerating a bit. But it is definitely...
I think StarCraft.
I think you had mentioned that you definitely didn't play as much strategy games.
I played RTSs mostly for my strategy games, or mobile strategy games. But I do play a lot of extraction shooters in my free time. I was the one who convinced him to buy Valheim. I've wanted to do a big server at some point. Could be fun to invite you guys. 100%. Send me that invite.
Valheim has been on my list of games to check out.
And they just came out with another update recently. Yeah.
So should we go... What should we go now?
I'm thinking that it might be good to just rush to the next era with the Babylonians and pick somebody quick for like get a better position.
Yeah, definitely hang around in this era a bit too much, I think. But on the other hand...
Did you choose already?
No, I only...
Because we have votes.
Yeah, sorry, I had just clicked.
They announced another one?
Oh, but I guess Valheim is like Terraria, where the updates just keep coming.
I mean, they're good updates, though. My friends and I encountered blood doors in GTFO for the first time, and the noise it emits made us listen to Animal Crossing to heal. You needed some of that.
/ Crusader Kings was leaking, Stephanie. Yes, those cultures are definitely featured in Crusader Kings, and you end up with situations where it's like, here's my family tree, and you look at it and it's like, that's a bamboo shoot.
SB was grousing about trying to mod the AI for Endless Space several years back, so I wonder if what she has to say about the CBP compared to what she did with the ELCBP. Do you understand what that means?
Wait, in
Endless Space Community.
Yeah, no, let me read the message because I'm mentally not processing the acronyms. Too many letters in a row.
What's up, Snuff King? I vote for what Steph chose.
Yeah, I'm not sure what ESCBP is in. I'm not sure what the B is. Like, I know the ELCP without the B, so...
Would that be Endless Legend?
Endless Legend Community Patch. I'm not sure where the B is coming from.
ESG? Yeah, I know ESG, but more like a family Ouroboros. Gross. Gross.
I don't think she ever played with either.
It's a hell biome. It's terrible. Gross. Yeah. The kind of like nasty things that you run into. I don't know. I don't like horror stuff in general. If I had to like choose between like evil satanic things and like zombies, I would pick zombies. But if I had to choose between zombies and not zombies, I would just pick not zombies. Like that's what I want. Ooh, hold on. We got to do a command. Oops, sorry. I pressed enter.
While the bears are trying to murder our scouts.
Yeah, hold up. And how do I do this? I might have to do this later. Because I actually don't think I can do it from here. I think last time I just did it on our stream dashboard thing. Later's fine. Let me take a picture of it so that I remember. Rebelieving.
Where was I? Right, not dying to bears.
I was like, can I do it from my phone maybe while we're here? I think we'll have to crush the rebellion. I'm honestly surprised more people haven't redeemed the custom command. I think they're hilarious. And feel free to include a one of our follower emotes in the command as well. All right, let me see if I can do this. She had a bunch of series on the Endless Legend Community Balance patch until her gameplay of Endless Legend went on high.
Yeah, she played with the ELCP, but just with the ELCP. I don't think she tried any other mods. And she definitely had a very long series when we released the official Oregon map where she played all of the factions except one in the official starting positions. And the reason she didn't play one of those in the official starting position is she didn't realize how she needs to set it up for her first game.
It is not just a bunch of buildings.
Oh, Axel's saying that they made me name our trading company Choam.
Ah, yes, nice. I wouldn't be able to tell you what that acronym is because half of those words are, from languages I don't speak. Could get some
The command prompting doesn't exist on mobile.
but I was just about to start slapping down
Do it later.
to start slapping down districts, and then I realized, no, I can't.
Because
This
it
one has
doesn't have stability.
This one has a district limit.
So one of the main features of this mod is that we don't have stability debuffs from districts.
I think it uses the old from like one of the first open devs like population thing maybe to display it. I'm not sure where he displays it.
We're gonna find out with all of you what's been done here.
It's the first time I actually get to play it. I talked to him about it before, but I hadn't actually played it.
Also, let's change Babylon here real quick.
Right, where is it? Prime. Yes,
Babylon. But what about the rivers of Babylon? Look how many rivers are in Babylon. I mean, Prime. Watermus Prime.
Right.
Combine Honet Ober Advanced Mercantiles. From memory. They might be wrong.
Yeah, something like that.
We believe you, Bakafu. We don't need to check. Hey, Rob. How you doing?
Oh.
If we move to Mars, we won't be Earthlings
some
anymore.
Interesting stuff here.
Tower of Babel win. Good question.
See, there's interactions between these infrastructures and the points of interest. Like here we have berry bushes. And this one is +4 food on berry bushes.
Oh.
Or the animals here, the domesticated animals, they give us extra money with this one.
Oh. Are these art? Is this in-game art from our game, or is this...
The tanning racks used to be in-game. I don't know if they still are. This one, millstone...
It looks so good, though.
I think those are pieces of art that used to be in-game that aren't used anymore.
So where'd they get them?
Well, they're still in the file somewhere. It's
so resourceful, y'all.
It happens quite often that, old assets are just left in the game files because for some reason removing them suddenly breaks stuff even though nothing should be using them.
I get that.
So yeah, I think we'll start with some more influence.
I've done that with resources too. In my mod, I used all the unused political party art for new buildings. That's super cool though, because it's not, it's giving it new life, I like it. Oh man, you're right, Jordan. Well then, greetings, sentient beings. Oh gosh. I guess it begs the question is, if you were born on Earth, does that make you an Earthling? Or is your state of being more about where you're living? Because I would say I'm an Oregonian from Oregon. But I live in France, so yeah. So I think it would be where you were born.
Is it where you were born or where you grew up?
Where you grew up is probably closer to the
more
truth,
accurate, yes. But also, is it? I guess it's an attitude thing because if you're one of the to quote Professor Farnsworth, I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Kind of attitude. Are you still an Earthling? If you'd rather, GTFO or
Good question. I like Earth a lot.
I like the planet. I don't like what some people are doing with it.
Based file scraping. XKCD's assorted blocks heaped on one domino. I don't know what XKCD. Tyler, you got too many acronyms. I don't understand.
No, that one I know. XKCD. That one doesn't even stand for something. That's literally the name of the webcomic.
Oh. Okay.
And he has this comic that's like a giant tower of like wooden play bricks, and it has like this one tiny brick in the bottom that holds the entire structure, and you can see from the way it's like if you remove that, it will all collapse, and it's like the top part is like curly bracket, the entire internet, and then arrow to the little brick. Some 30-year-old project that some dude maintains in his spare time just for fun.
Okay, it's a comic. I see.
There's always a relevant XKCD.
Mind if I friend you? Heck yeah. Friend me where? On Steam, you mean, right? Do you, Cobbs? Do you have me as a friend on anywhere? You can DM me. It'd be easier to just DM me somewhere, and then we can hook up. Rip the efforts for those artists. Just have their work cut out of the game. Yeah, Lulu, I was actually having the same thought. I was like, it would kind of suck to be the artist that like made this art, and then they're like, yeah, that event's just gone.
I think artists working for video game development know that this just might happen, and especially also if you think about it, like the job of a concept artist in particular, like they do so much art that's never going to make it in the game because it's literally just concepts that somebody else then turns into like full 3D models or whatever.
That's a good point. Yeah. What's up, King Twan? Just solely Terran citizenship or blood right Terran citizenship? I have no idea.
Use solely.
Oh, use.
Use
look like juice.
Use solely and use sanguinis. Use solely is what the U.S. has. If you're born on U.S. soil, you're a U.S. citizen.
Oh.
Use sanguinis is your citizenship depends on who your parents are.
Hi guys, I want to spend more money on Humankind. We need more good things. I feel that. But unfortunately, we don't have anything else to. And we
don't have anything else to add right now.
The last DLC was free too, so sorry about that.
Well, I mean, it's not free anymore, so gift it to your friends.
Yeah, you could just gift copies of the game to people. The juice sanguini is what vampires have. Some of that juicy blood. All the unused art in ES2 is very sad. So much of it is so pretty. I can imagine. Oh, I'm excited to see it.
I loved your reaction when... no, what was it you? Was it Rebecca? When I told them where the little green man, the photobomber came from. Oh yeah. The votes. And I'm like, no, there were no votes for the photobomber. The photobomber was always there, and that's how he became a character. Because some artists just kept sticking him in the images.
I don't know how you would get away with that. I
mean, it wasn't one of the main characters. It was always like somewhere in the background
image, yeah.
And then of course, it had been approved and everything, and was like, I guess, a bit of an internal Easter egg or something. And then at some point, we were like, just already know all the. Let's just make him a hero.
Make him a thing. Yeah. Just give me human rights. Oh no. I'll admit to using ArtStation as a source for like all my wallpaper folder content. I mean, as long as it's not for commercial use, I think that you can't be prosecuted.
Yeah, I think if you just use it for your wallpapers, that's fine.
I will say, though, that probably some of the artists that you're using their art have ways to support them, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Artists that work for companies probably, isn't always... Like, I bet there's some, but I bet they're not all, like, trying to do, like, side gig stuff. Especially here in France, if like you have artists here at the company that are getting paid a good salary, like they don't feel the need to, try and sell calendars or other things. And a lot of times the art that they've made for the company can't be sold on the side either. So they'd have to do their own art projects. But as soon as something ends up on the internet, it becomes our content. Goodness. How would you support them without commissions? Well, I think
some of them have shops, some of them have like Ko-fi or whatever, where you can just give them a little donation for like, hey, I really like your art, like and I'm using it for my wallpaper, so here's a tip, like $10.
As a former content creator turned, working for here now, there's lots of ways. Some of them have Patreons that offer you like, sneak peeks of their new art that's coming or that they're going to release, or on these sites you can give like perks or whatever to the people that support you. I don't know though, it would definitely depend on the person, because there's so many different ways.
There's so many ways to just need to check individually.
But also some artists are only based off of like short-term contracts, or they do a certain thing for a company and then they move on. So a lot of times they do have these like ongoing side gigs. The side gig I really want to get started is voice acting. I really want to get into voice acting, but it's so hard. I've even had some people be like, hey, I know people in the industry. I'll like tell you about them. Tell them about you.
Voice acting sounds like the kind of thing where you really you need to build a portfolio by working on fan projects for free, so you have something to show.
Yeah, Cobbs, and technically I have a credit now in Endless Dungeon. I am a voice in Endless Dungeon. I just wish it was more epic and less of an NPC side character. I want to be in a world where, I don't know, the Endless sucked. And now everybody's trying to pick up the scraps. Like, I don't know, like I want to do something epic, but it's tough to get into. I think the main issue, like you said, is I have no portfolio, really. And one of the things I was thinking about doing was actually recording audiobooks for websites like what the heck is it called?
Audible?
No, not Audible. It's like a free audiobook website, but it's all books in the public domain. I forget what it's called. Hey, Calamark, welcome in.
Which I guess nicely dovetails into getting around to reading some books you have been meaning to read but never had time to.
Yeah, I get to just read it while I record myself. Oh goodness, that's a start. So you have a credit for future roles. Exactly, Arcalis. I basically got my foot in the door now. Voice acting really needs you to integrate yourself with local unions, depending on the studio and its agreements with acting unions.
I mean, in many ways, I would say all
local unions might be hard.
In many ways, I'd say always in creative jobs, if you can have a union, because it is, for many of these creative jobs, very difficult to argue that you're not replaceable.
Yeah. Or argue for a decent wage, I
mean, that's kind of the not arguing that you're not replaceable thing, because when they feel you're replaceable, and you ask for the higher wage, they're just like, oh, I'm gonna get somebody else for this same amount of money.
Yeah, somebody else will do it cheaper. Apparently, I have a good surprise scream when I'm streaming, especially games that are very immersive, where like it's an FPS type game or like anything that's first person. I feel like I can just like forget where I am, and I will yell and scream, and I don't know, I'll just say stuff. It's it's pretty funny. A lot of the quotes on my quote wall that my wife has for me are based off of things that I said while I was streaming, and I didn't realize she was like writing it down. And yeah, I don't know. I have no filter. I heard that voice acting is in high demand, especially in the other parts of the internet. Once you go to that part of the internet, can you come back, and can you use stuff from that part of the internet in like professional resumes?
Short answer, no. Because I literally, like, just a few days ago had somebody in my Twitter feed who was like, oh yeah, she wants to do a film project, and literally all of the like grants and whatever to help like amateurs with like their art film projects are like, oh, but you must not have engaged in that economy.
Oh, really? They specifically asked about it.
Yep.
Interesting. See, that's my fear with like, so many people are like, hey Jordan, you should start an OnlyFans. You'd make so much money. And I'm like, Yes, but what if my future employer asks me about my OnlyFans and he says, "Hey, we looked up, Jordan, and the first thing that came up on Google search was this account that only had pictures of toes." Like, you know what I mean? Like, was that you? Who, me? My toes? Definitely not. You know?
Well, are your toes that identifiable?
I don't know. I probably have freckles somewhere down there. Hey, what's up, Arm Devil? Welcome in.
Oh my god, where this conversation has gone already again.
This is what Humankind does. It gets us to talk about the craziest things.
We had found Yellowstone earlier, right?
Yeah.
I can't find it anymore.
Go back up here. It was up there, wasn't it? Yeah.
I'm blind. I can't see it anymore. I was like, hey, we have 80 influence. I can finally claim the territory. And now I can't see whether... there it is.
Oh, okay. I was like, I swear it was in the north. It was in the northwest.
Yeah, I thought it was closer to us.
We will both be praying for Endless Legend too. All right, Arm Devil. I see I've turned up while the culture discussion is happening. Yes, only the finest of entertainment. Give us your best curdling scream. I don't think I can scream on demand.
Are you asking him to give you a Wilhelm scream?
I don't know. I don't think I can do it. I really don't practice screaming at all. We have another custom command. Wait, you want the command to be reference? Oh, because it's like the reference is going over your head.
Yes.
Did that count? Did that count as me not getting why he was calling it reference?
No, but I mean, for both of us, I think we need that command because both of us make jokes that the other is like, what?
Yeah.
And then Chet comes in and makes jokes and we're both like, what?
All right, Cobbs. I accepted your invite.
But to be fair, like, especially like pop culture references is... but like...
I think I sounded like a velociraptor.
But like, especially pop culture references, like, it's impossible to get all of them.
Yeah, I really try to. I feel like I'm constantly looking at things, reading things, educating myself, quote unquote, to try and get as many references as I can because everybody's always talking about,
especially on social media, it's like super important.
Exactly, and getting references is everything on social media because you're current, you know. I do feel that kind of, I'm part of the older generation thing happening very quickly though.
Yeah. Sometimes when I, don't get the discourse on the internet, there's a strong feeling of, that scene when Mr. Krabs gets up and the radio is playing, "Oh, you are old, so very old."
An embassy opens elsewhere in the world.
I've seen people accidentally or intentionally wrap their NSFW art when getting into art school, but I guess postgraduate work in that respect is more stringent. Hey Siri, define stringent.
Stringent means of regulations, requirements, or conditions, strict, precise, and exacting.
So what is the difference between strict and stringent? Because stringent sounded like strict, and it fit with what I would have thought strict would have meant. And it kind of, the definition seemed pretty much...
I think that's probably just like a register difference. Like you use it in different contexts.
Okay. Cool.
Because strict.
And what?
I think strict.
Like in an academic context or something.
Yeah. Stringent is like academic rules or whatever. Whereas like strict, sure you use it for rules, but you also use it for like a strict teacher.
Right.
But it's not a stringent teacher.
Still academics are their teacher.
No, like the teacher is just one thing, or like the drill sergeant.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like people aren't stringent.
What's up, Michael? Are you RPing as a pirate today? How hard would it be to implement auto explore kind of thing for the diplomat to go automatically hunting for leverages?
He does. The problem is they do far and wide, and they generally hunt them so far afield that then they get
They
killed.
get killed, yeah. That was what I was gonna say. Is they will go get them, but usually they. I feel like do they sink themselves too sometimes, or they get themselves into sticky situations?
Yes, they definitely get themselves into quite problematic situations.
Yeah.
Oh no, over here it's 100. Okay, we're close, so we can at least claim the.
Oh, by the way, Bakov was giving you compliments about your new look.
Ah, thank you. Yes, it is indeed a very new look.
Those are the new glasses too, right?
Yes. Well, the glasses I've had for what 2 weeks now, but the hair is absolutely.
Well, right,
new.
but I remember you saying you're getting new glasses.
Yeah, I don't think I had been on stream yet with the new glasses.
And I was gone last week, so there's that.
Yeah, I got them just before my vacation, basically.
Yeah.
I was here like 2 days with the new glasses,
Time for your first
and
battle? I bet you're absolutely dying to see how your fighters handle themselves.
I could work for Universal Studios in the next Jurassic World. That's gonna be my claim to fame. I'll just make noises. I won't be a voice actor. I'll be a sound actor. I think they're called Foley artists, aren't they?
I think so. Yes.
Usually they're not making the sounds with their mouth though. They're making it with like cups and coconuts and
I feel they're making the sound with whatever produces the sound they want.
yeah. I've seen some man go into town on a bell pepper, you know, for like a zombie movie or something. He's like squishing this bell pepper to make these nasty squelching sounds.
Yep.
What do you mean by his dark materials?
His Dark Materials is a series of books.
Oh, okay. That's a risk I'm willing to take rather than managing 4 of them on the largest map in late game.
Yep.
Fair enough. Fair enough. My degree actually encompasses fully. It's super, super cool. Oh, what is your degree? I don't know what your degree is.
Sound engineering or something like that, I think, if I remember correctly.
I just
I know I've talked to him about it before.
it's not implemented yet, Axel. Sorry. I think Axel knows it's not implemented yet. They just want to do it.
The remark about the new looks.
Which one? I've refreshed my freckles quite recently. As you can tell, I have lots of freckles going on right now. Audio and CS. CS, computer science?
He's using a new freckle seed.
You know, sometimes I like to mix up the seed, you know, see what kind of patterns we can get. Computer science, okay.
So are your freckles generated with Perlin noise then?
I have no idea what that means.
Carlos will understand, I think. At least he should understand, because that was probably part of his CS studies.
No, we have another command. I refreshed my freckles quite recently. You know what's funny is that I actually got that saying from my Norwegian friend when I was in Norway recently, because she's blonde and Norwegian, but she has freckles. And when we were out in the sun, you know, just hanging out or whatever, she's like, we got to refresh our freckles.
You know, I saw the bar of bar and was like, oh no, it's gonna be fine. It's probably just some bears. No, it's a chariot. Oh no, these scouts are toast.
Yeah, we got to hold the line a little bit here.
Because if
I
you
would
look
just
at
defend.
if you look at this preview, the defending is gonna make it a little better, but not great.
Well, I mean, you might survive. You also have the adjacency bonus from both of them. See? It's aight. Will they probably still die? Maybe.
I'm just glad he's not bringing, because there was another soldier over here earlier, but he's apparently not bringing him into
Ooh.
fight.
Wait, how did it deal 34 to RP that person? Aren't they both runners? Did the RNG just get...
It's just the RNG, yes.
Sheesh.
So
Well, we survived. Perlin noise is what white noise applied to surface textures in games, right?
Well, it's not quite a white noise, because white noise would be more random. Perlin noise generates certain patterns, but like even like I'm pretty sure probably even the map generation is based on Perlin noise, because it's a way to get these like smooth gradient like textures that are regular.
I think I've seen it visually. unlike kind of like a visualization of it, but I didn't realize that that was an application of it in game design, which is cool. We could use your head as a random number generator. Maybe. Did you say you refreshed your freckles? Is that the F13 button?
The people who made Awakening of Steps in those faces, and suddenly we understand why it's buggy or what. But yeah, since Awakening was made by a different team, there were different attitudes about the correct formatting of the code, I guess.
Yeah, back in my native lands, didn't use sunscreen. I got so dark, but now I'm peeling off a bit. Yeah, I try and avoid burning at all because I've had some really bad burns as a kid.
You know, even on Metropolis, I've been doing quite badly, grabbing territory, I think.
Yeah.
There was just so many like animal armies around that blocked our movements.
And we're not going to heal outside of our territory either.
I just want to grab this connecting bit as I head back into our territory.
Is that all one? Oh no, it doesn't connect by one tile.
55 because it just barely doesn't connect. It's super expensive.
It actually doesn't connect by one tile here and doesn't connect by one tile there.
Yep.
This is the worst territory ever.
Oh no, this question again.
Cats.
Which one won? I don't remember the vote, but it was like by
Last
one.
time?
Yeah, but it was by like a single vote difference.
Cats definitely won. Everybody loves cats because ferrets are gross.
In order to feed your people.
No, ferrets are gross.
Sorry, it's not King Jordan overruled you already.
Yes, cats. See, Burger knows what's up.
No, see, the is that a T or an L? Calamark? Is that right?
Calamark, yeah.
Yeah, he knows what's up. But no, wait, actually, you do not know what's up because man-sized rats are definitely not real, and if anybody says something else to you, report them to your local witch hunter.
Oh.
Why am I references?
I thought you were gonna make a Princess Bride reference with the ROUSs. I don't think they exist.
They're not rodents. Well, they are rodents of unusual size, and they also officially do not exist.
Okay.
Because the Skaven are the rat people in Warhammer, and they're like super sneaky, and officially they don't exist, but they actually have compared to everybody else, super advanced technology. They have like lightning guns and Gatling cannons and everything. And the rulers are like, no, Skaven do not exist. Do not listen to this crazy citizen claiming he has seen giant rats.
See, I feel personally attacked by every single exclamation mark reference that I see in this chat. I feel personally attacked.
Of course, the Warhammer
cats, gross.
Of course, the Warhammer references are strong. Have you seen my pile of shit? No, obviously you haven't, because I posted an image of it. Because it is a pile of all caps shame.
Ferret 09 tails.
It's like if you can grab my phone.
Yeah.
I can quickly check how big my pile of shame actually is.
Oh, I gotta turn the lights back off. Hold up.
Oh, of course it's.
I leaned too far forward.
Well, while I take this turn here.
Alright.
Let's go back. Let's see how the cost is here.
House lights are back off. Let's go.
Okay, this will be 55. That's much more.
Oh my gosh! Hold up, we gotta VIP somebody.
Well, then while you do let me check this real quick.
I don't know why I'm doing the like. Boom, 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 underscore, boom, boom, underscore, boom, boom, boom.
So yes,
boom.
My complete collection, but that includes more games than just Warhammer, is 1,743 models. Most of them are not even assembled yet, because for so long I didn't have space to do it. So, yes, I have almost 2,000 models by now.
Are there individual Skaven traveling far outside their clans, like Craver Bishops? That's a good question. Good reference with the Craver Bishops, too.
I don't know. But I mean, to give you an idea of how powerful the Skaven actually were technologically, they were responsible for blowing up the world and like completely ending the world and issuing the new system that they have. They literally blew up the moon and destroyed the world.
So sneaky, so they managed to.
Oh, so,
everyone to
wait.
think
Oh
they
no,
don't
wait.
exist.
The Skaven blew up the moon. Oh my God! There's a Sophon. They were the first to blow up the moon.
Also, there's no Oregon.
And
there's definitely
and
an
also,
Oregon.
the warp stone is like dust, no personal use.
Still saving up for VIP, only halfway there. Well, Cobbs, I don't think we're gonna let you go though.
What faction? Are you talking Age of Sigma, 40k, or fantasy?
Do I just get demoted? No, you don't get anything. You have no choice in what your role is on our stream.
No! Oh no! Just as I was about to put down the.
You don't get a choice in this matter for this time. Actually, as a VIP, you would still get link privileges, but you wouldn't be able to ban anybody. Honestly, though, I think we're so fine with like the fact that our community is so just good, but it is really important to have some moderators just in case things happen. It's an opportunity cost. How badly do you want to revoke your powers just so you can have a pink diamond?
And I mean, with the needing the moderators, it's also very much like it's one of those things where it's like. You can have a lot of moderators and everything's going smooth and you feel like, oh, why did I get so many moderators? But then if something goes wrong and you don't have enough moderators, then you're like, ah!
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Wow, mean. Yeah, that's me. Oh my gosh, Endless and Warhammer Fantasy Connected Universe. I mean, I think probably all fantasy writers, are inspired by each other in ways.
To be fair, Warhammer Fantasy and Warhammer 40k are like giant piles of references to history and other media.
Yeah.
Like they were
everything's a reference.
They were explicitly designed to be references. Like in the original Warhammer 40k rulebooks, there was the Inquisitor Obi-Wan Sherlock Clouseau.
Take care, Backoffel. Jacques Clouseau?
No, Inquisitor Obi-Wan Sherlock Clouseau.
Oh, Sherlock Clouseau. Yes.
Like,
hi, Inquisitor. Take care, Backoffel. Thanks for being here in the stream.
This is.
They
followed us into our city.
They're gonna destroy us. How are they dealing that much damage?
The warriors put the high ground.
Oh, the warriors, not scouts.
But I needed to hold it because otherwise they'd just walk in.
Yeah. Whose children are these?
Independent people.
Gosh dang. It's a good thing that we're playing on Metropolis, right?
To be fair, I've been distracted by talking about Skaven.
Yeah. Fair enough. Oh gosh. No, if you really want to, Cobbs, we can make you a VIP instead of a mod. But then we'll need somebody else to pick up the gauntlet. We can't just like lose a mod, not gain another mod. We need to like keep the number of mods equal. Oh, okay. You let me know if you change your mind. Total War Warhammer 3 Endless crossover DLC win. I gotta get into the Warhammer stuff. I don't know anything about it other than what you've told me. Which is mostly like...
Well, see, I just recently finished painting the Cursed City board game, and I'm looking for 3 other players to try it with. And it's a kind of...
I do like board games.
It's an adventure kind of board game with like a slight RPG campaign element in that, you gain experience and improve your characters.
Yeah.
You carry those over into the next match, and there's like different missions you go through to slowly murder all the evil vampires in the city one by one.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you're interested. I mean, you can.
I like murdering vampires. You can in a game.
You can, if you're in the Ampli Clubs team on our teams, there's one where I've been posting the images of the models, so you can check them out.
I'll have to check. Oh my god. Woo. I woke up so early this morning because I slept so early. I went to sleep so late that I woke up at like 7, and now I'm tired again because I woke up early. What? Why do they want to fight us?
Because we don't have an army anymore. Because the independent people killed it, and now they're thinking they're more powerful than we are.
They're like, you're about to. What's up, one of a kind knight? You definitely have 45 minutes to farm those drops. Farm them nice and good. I'm in Nottingham. A couple of my friends paint GW Citadel. Hard not to bump into Warhammer people here. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
We're actually
Nottingham
going to
is
do
probably-
a miniature painting stream as one of the rewards for Amplified, which we still need to do a bit more planning on that. But it should be pretty cool if you all are interested in the miniature painting stream. Definitely keep your ears open for that one. $7 minutes left from the stream. 47. I swear I can't type. Yeah. And just thinking how many animations still need to be for Ganache. Gnagash. Nagash?
Yeah, Nagash is one of the characters from Warhammer.
I have far too many board games. I just found out something shocking that needs immediate change. The Amplitude Discord has no soundboard sounds. Oh, because we have Nitro, don't we? On our
no.
Amplitude one.
No, people have boosted our server, but we still haven't managed to actually get it partnered.
Oh, right. But with the boosting, it should give us the option, right?
So,
How do you add them?
John,
Oh,
I
sorry.
have concerns.
Oh,
This is
my.
our army.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
We
The
may,
Makabatas are especially fearsome as well.
we may have some problems.
Are you gonna lose the game, Stephanie? Don't lose the game! Come on! I'm still sad that my save file got corrupted or whatever. Oh boy, Jordan, you won't be falling down a hole. It's an entire mine. Yeah, well, I like mines. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Dig a hole.
Okay, this is actually helping us out quite a bit.
The fact that they're on a river.
Not the fact that they're on the river, and I'm not sure where we're getting the status from.
Which
The +4 combat strength. There must have been some event that triggered
from
that gave it us.
status. From status. It's from our our status of having status.
Yes, this is probably something that comes from the mod, and they couldn't implement a unique name for it or something.
I see. What kinds of sounds do you usually see on servers? I'm curious, as I rarely in voice chat. My friend's server just had some Germa sounds and the Civ 5 Wonder failed noise. I'll have to look into that.
Using the Civ 5 Wonder failed noise feels passive aggressive.
I didn't even know he existed until I looked in the wiki. Oh yeah, I need to forget Endless Day. Need not to forget Endless Day next year for the ES2 hero.
Calamari, when you say the big frogs, I take it you mean the Slant Star Masters?
You don't lose the game. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I need to focus a bit on the on the game here.
Oh, sorry. I was just trying to. Everybody who looked at it, I'm gonna punch you the next time I see. What do you do when you lose the game? You punch people, right? I think that's what you did when you. That's what you do when you lose the game. You get punched, I think. Either that or my brother was just taking opportunities to punch me.
both likely.
I always knew that spamming out armies was the only correct way to play Humankind. Well, having a standing army never hurts. I don't know about spamming armies.
Usually I try to have a standing army to discourage the enemy from thinking we're weak, and then the independent people happen.
You don't have to use them, you just have to have them.
Speak softly and carry a big stick.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is definitely a everything changed when the independent people attacked.
After your boot design,
Oh, come on! No!
Did they claim a city right next to
I
it?
wanted to put an outpost there, and they attacked me, so I couldn't. And now they have the independent people have put the city here.
I mean, we could assimilate them, but that'll take a long time.
But we're not in a position to fight them.
No,
not with them having declared war on us.
Oh, that's true. We're at war too. Oh gosh, they have so much stuff around us.
My door is always open.
We got this. We got this.
Please.
Yeah, Calamar, are you saying yes that the punching is what you're supposed to have?
No, I
kind of
think that was
punching?
responding to me asking if you meant I should tell you about the Slant Star Master.
Oh, okay.
But I wouldn't even know where to begin, and as I say, I obviously seem to need to focus on this for a bit because we're not doing so well.
The game was just the precursor to manual breathing. Like, stop thinking about taking breaths. It is true that when you start thinking about breathing, you start realizing that now you're thinking about when you take a breath and when you don't.
Yes.
It's very freaky.
Have we got the organized warfare?
Having an idle standing army hurts that sweet, sweet dust income. Yeah, but you can have really cheap income units. Like, you can have, like...
It's based on combat power, so if you have cheap units, you need a lot of them, and then you're not saving money anymore.
Well, but it's not directly, it's not a directly correlated thing. If you're talking about total combat strength, it's cheaper to have 5 scouts than it is to have, like, 3 other
I don't
units.
think it's based on, like, just the sum, because if you think about it, the lowest combat strength in the game ever is, like, 12.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously it can't be directly proportional, because there's no 0 to start with.
Right. Whew.
But it's
I'm trying to
also
hide the fact
in
that I'm
case you do get attacked, the
yawning so
stronger
much.
units are more useful than the
Yeah,
weakers
of course.
because of the damage calculation.
I'm just saying, if they're worried about their gold income... Manual breathing mode, activate. Having it... incomes are of no use if you get conquered by a stronger neighbor. True. Manual blinking. Manual everything. Don't let your
that's always
brainstem do anything.
Always get a laugh out of that when you have the a first-person shooter or something, and there's a scene where you get knocked out, and then you're waking up, and then it's like press X to blink. It's like, why? What does this add to the game experience?
Are there any nations that have free upkeep units? I don't know. That's a
don't
good
think so.
question. Sounds unlikely. Jordan, did you know that the only way to flex a certain part of the body is to clench? You mean like Kegels? Are we talking about Kegels on the stream right now? Actually, very important exercise for men and women. Don't ever neglect your Kegels. No worries, Stephanie. I'll harass Jordan on the next endless stream on Warhammer lore myself. Okay. Hey, Dr. Kane. Welcome in. The psychopath who created the AI debugger put all the code on one line. No. No. Exactly, Tyler. See, Tyler knows. Tyler's a knower. I don't know if we've mentioned this before,
I think, but looking at Cobbs' different messages in chat, I think we're witnessing his slow descent into madness as he tries to fix Awakening.
The ES2 community patch is going to be so good. It's going to be so good. I have so much faith. Helps with so many different ailments. Exactly. And it has a lot of positive benefits for other things that we won't talk about on this stream either. I need to rewatch this VOD from the beginning. Probably. Oh, you just landed back in Brazil. Brazil. Él no sabe. Él no sabe qué. Where were you at? Where were you at? I'm going insane. What's up, Paxis? Welcome in. I know Civ 6, there are some nations with cheaper, expensive alternate warrior types, but it's usually to build and not upkeep. Ooh. Can I have a month just to organize the code?
I understand his suffering.
Yeah. I've never had to look at somebody else's code and figure it out, but I have had to look at somebody else's Photoshop file.
That's almost as bad.
It's really tough.
But also when you do that, you also need faith, because Photoshop is one of those pieces of software where you need to pray to the gods first for it to actually launch.
Yeah. Well, it's just tough because like other people organize things different ways, and I don't know. It's just tough to be like, where would they hide this element in which folder, especially when it's a really like complex image.
Oh, some of the Photoshop files I have seen of the in-game art and stuff is
like a key arts, like the Colosseum Parabellum key
it's
art.
like there are so many layers. I do not even know where to start.
Well, the hardest thing is knowing how they created certain effects. So certain things, you when you're looking at the image, you can't tell what all the layers are doing.
Yeah.
And so when you look at a layer, unless it's like labeled like, hey, this is the thing that does this, it's really hard to tell what it's actually doing. And so you just kind of start turning on and off visibility on stuff until you figure out what is what.
Then you have all the layers that are layer copy, copy.
Yeah, or like reflection. Or there in the Parabellum key art, there's one that's literally just like perspective, and it's like a 3D like into the screen, showing you like how they want the the line of sight to feel like it's going in to the right. If you all know the like Colosseum key art one, that's the one I'm talking about. But I must say the preview patch is amazing. True. So many of my gripes with the game fixed. Heck yeah. What's up, Fusilero Mike? Jordan clenched butt. Yep. True. Oh man, I can't wait to brag about the Nakalim. All the VIPs I've talked to about it seem really to like my plans. This still isn't as bad as that ESG file that's 30,000 lines long that entirely recreates galaxy generation via quests. Removing that file improves loading time by 5 seconds. That's not very much time for 30,000 lines. So many layers, like an ogre, like an onion. Did you say where you got back from, Dr. Kane? So question, in the future, once I get enough coding knowledge, what will I need to fix the size terraform visual bugs? Does Photoshop have a time-lapse feature? That's a good question. I'm not exactly sure. Athleticism. That's a good way to put it, Tyler. Why do they have so many units?
I mean, a lot of them are actually the levies from the city.
Oh, good.
The problem is they have the good units in here, so we can't just storm the walls.
Maybe we could like just play a little defensively and just whittle them down with our archers. Oh, they're dead. Oh, they're gonna get surrounded.
That did not go well.
Nice, 33, let's go. Goodness. So, ooh, that's nice though.
We might still, well, we're not gonna win because the round is over in a moment.
And they have the flag.
Yep.
Because we attacked them.
But overall, we did still gain war support, so technically it was a success.
We'll take it.
I think we need more ranged units so we can damage them.
Hear an interesting thing that happened in ES2 for me today? Yes, tell us all about it. What's up, 4B? What's up, Danny? Hi, when Humankind on consoles. We really need to get out this video. By the end of the year, Danny. Call it a 2023 release. But no, we won't be announcing a date just yet. Still working on some things. So the Unfallen offered an alliance, and I accepted. Obviously, all the notifications of close to victory pop up. I check Conquest at 7 systems for victory. I'm Umbro Choir. They place markers where they need help. I send my fleets and chase enemies away after the second turn passes. Heck yeah, Danny. Happy to help. The console development is going well. We've got great people working on it. And of course, we're working with Aspire. You know, actually just played it today. Which, as somebody who's played on PC, it's very different. You know, the controls obviously are gonna be different. But it's pretty cool, the I guess workarounds you could say that have been implemented to make it possible on controller. So it's cool. Nara, why is the official Endless mod a mod and not integrated into the vanilla? Because
the official Endless mod was specifically made to show off capabilities of the modding tools. Implementing it in the game would kind of defeat the point there.
Wait, no Stadia updates?
I feel so bad for all the people who bought games on Stadia and then Google was just like, yeah, it's not worth maintaining anymore. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's tough. The game is over. My alliance wins through conquest. The AI instantly colonized their vine systems, leading to victory. It's the smartest thing I've seen ES2 AI do. Oh, I see. So you know that you can win as unrequired by putting your sanctuaries on allied home systems to make them count for supremacy victory twice.
Yes, that's not intended.
Not intended.
But we're not yet sure how we will approach fixing it. And if we'll even, you know, if we even think this is important enough to fix it, because there's other things that are also very important to fix that might take precedence.
Yeah. Are we just farming their units as they come in as reinforcements?
No, these were
are
like
part of the
they
original
had been
battle?
spawned over here, and because of the rugged terrain here, they couldn't get in.
Oh, okay. Not an easy way to fix. No easy way to check. Is this an allied system? I see.
Yep. And that's one of the things where it's like, this is way more complicated to fix than it looks at first. So you're like, and then is the amount of time we would need to spend on it worth the actually fixing it, when in that time we could fix, you know, some other things.
Especially when it's more of like a cheesy exploit rather than a, you know, legitimate balance issue.
Perfectly balanced game with no exploits.
Checking for diplomatic states is really terrible. It's so fun. I'm so glad that there's people that are, you know, interested and, you know, able to do all these things for game code, because I really like video games, but you could not pay me enough money to figure that out. CCP calls these features not a bug, it's just a feature. Just a feature. Yeah, I don't know. I really honed in on like what type of job that I wanted during college, where I realized I was just like, I really like helping people and being around people. And oh wait, no, all the things that I need are involving like being around people and talking to people and like actively involved in that throughout the day. Because if not, if I get like locked in a room by myself for too long, I go crazy. I go a little stir crazy. But I think that there can be a healthy balance, you know?
Yeah.
I think you can have a little bit of time to, you know, put your headphones on, get your music going, and get your thinking juice, you know? And you can just go to town for several hours, and I'll completely lose track of time. But I'm professionally extroverted. I mean, somebody needed to be our callous.
Couldn't be me.
It's one of those things where, you know, it's advantageous in certain scenarios, but also not advantageous in other scenarios. Like during COVID was very difficult for me. I suffered in my own way. But other people were like, this was such a great time.
There definitely seemed to have been a lot of people who did a lot of introspection during COVID, because they suddenly had, you know, time to just sit and think about who they are. Yes, please.
Makes you think if there's going to be another one, you know? Did we learn lessons well enough during the first global pandemic that if there was a second one, we wouldn't have such like drastic stuff happening? I don't know. It doesn't really seem like we learned too many lessons. It feels like we're kind of like, let's just get it over with so that we can get back to...
I mean, yeah, it's the first global pandemic, but it's by no means the first pandemic. So we should have learned these lessons long ago, but we didn't.
Yeah, I mean, there were other pandemics, but it wasn't necessarily the same impact as this one, as far as
I am pretty sure that the people who died of the Spanish flu and the Black Death would disagree whenever.
I'm talking about like modern ones within our lifetime.
Or like
obviously learning from history is a good idea.
Like the cholera epidemics, where where like literally the so-called doctors were telling Jon Snow, "You know nothing, Jon Snow. It's not the poop that makes people sick." It's like.
Well, and see, this is the thing: is that there are simpler things that we've learned, but like for example, I don't know, maybe there are things that we should have learned, but. Changed the cost of temples from 180 industry to 1, and all the text on every single menu decided it wanted to be in the top left of the screen.
Yeah,
that sounds like when I opened up Humankind. Well, not exactly, but when I opened up Humankind today, it was. Oh, so we have 3 screens. Let me paint the picture for you. We have 3 screens. One is vertical on the left, and then 2 horizontal ones in the middle and on the right. And Humankind opened. I kid you not. The top half of the middle screen and the top half of the left screen that's vertical. Now, if you're imagining this in your mind, if you're imagining this rectangle in your mind, yes, a chunk of that rectangle is not there. And that chunk of the rectangle is conveniently part of the UI that you would need to actually change it. So I had a bit of a time trying to figure out how to get the damn screen onto the middle one, but I don't know how I did it, actually. I'm not sure how the screen location got changed, but yeah, it was...
I mean, screen location feels like this kind of thing where sometimes... For some reason, it just didn't store it correctly, and the next time you launch something, it's all messed up.
I mean, for like 10 weeks, it's been on the middle screen, So I don't know why it would suddenly change today.
Because maybe it didn't shut down properly last time, so it didn't save the location
updated or something. Whatever. I'm not sure.
See, the paradigm shift mod is really hurting us here.
Yeah, because we've had population is.
We had to crank out so many people. We don't have enough population to build more districts.
Oh right, you can't build any of them.
I think we need 4 people per district. Our emblematics, I think, are an exception in the embassy, and we haven't even managed to grab a second territory because, oh my god, everything is bad around us.
That's what I did, Cubs. That was my workaround. Put it windowed, moved it over. But the problem is that figuring out, again, part of the UI just was not there because part of the window was somewhere off in the ether where the screen isn't.
Yes.
So it took me a second to figure it out. All right, I gotta catch up with chat. Boy in France says, I thrived during COVID, which is an awful thing to say. How does that even happen? I learned, we're talking about the screen thing. I learned some valuable lessons, for example, that all those apocalypse movies where the humans just let it happen are realistic. Yeah, the whole Don't Look Up that came out.
I haven't seen that one yet, but I've heard about it. But yeah, it's like, there's one person I follow on a streamer I follow on Twitter, and she put it very succinctly in one tweet. All of those zombie movies are gonna look damn unrealistic now because nobody's running into the mob to prove that it's a hoax.
Honestly. All right, let me keep on catching up with chat. Back in the 1800s, everyone thought that sickness came from bad odors. True. Very true. They threw perfume in the Thames in England. Yeah. I think you mean the Thames River? It looks like Thames. Thames.
Yes, that's the Thames River.
Well, it's
English place spelling.
Talking about diseases, is there any chance of having them in the game? There are already some medical infrastructures in the game, so it would be nice. That is something that I honestly have never heard the designers talk about, having like sicknesses. There are events that have
I think
sicknesses.
the short answer is no, because there's no way to handle it set up.
Yeah, there's no in-game mechanic for sicknesses right now. What's up, lucky leader? Hi, Michael oh shoot. Mikal Nitekio official. Niteki? I don't know where the word ends and the other words start. Micah? No, because then it'd be LN. Knight? No.
Did we? Yes. Yes.
Okay, it's Mikal Niteki. There you go. There you go.
They have 11 war
Your
support.
real name.
They have 11 war support.
Look you up
We
later.
put them at -10.
Nice.
If it had been 1 point more, we'd end the war next turn. And then we have to wait an additional turn.
Can you embassy slap him with a little diplomacy?
We have 0 leverage.
A little placate?
We have 0 leverage.
Dang it!
Because our...
You haven't been able to collect any.
Yes!
I have 3 monitors and my PC is also plugged into my TV. If something is using the PlayStation occasionally, I'll lose an entire window to that one. Yeah. It's when you get a ton of monitors involved and other screens and stuff, things can get funky sometimes. Bubonic DLC incoming, yeah. Maybe for Humankind too. We'll get a sickness thing, but I don't want to put too many ideas. Isn't there like sickness or pandemic events in the game already?
Yeah, there's like events, but that's the thing. Right now it's done through the events, which isn't like a full system for like to dynamically spread between cities or whatever.
Yeah, it is a system to include pandemic type, elements, but having a complex system of like spreading like a pandemic type contagion. Oh, somebody got on a plane and they went over here and now that city has it or whatever. So you could like shut the airports, but then it would like reduce your movement speed or I don't know, you could make it a game mechanic that would be quite cool and immersive.
Now,
but
at
I'm not sure.
last.
I think it's way too difficult to encode. I agree, Nara. That's why I was saying like, ooh, that would be cool, but definitely not for Humankind 1. I haven't played the game yet, but saw you guys were streaming. Think whoever put the FPS slider in video settings. Too many games skip that. Where do they put it? And what games have you been playing, Lucky Leader? Because I've never seen that. Paint the map and call it the Holy Roman Empire. Wait, does the emote show? It's the Laughing Lizard. No. We don't have the better TTV emotes on our browser, which we're using Chrome, so we probably could. It's just an extension, I think.
Only 33 points left. I don't think we can get.
I was about to do another Warhammer reference, but I better stop now. Hey, it'll give Axel another opportunity to do exclamation mark reference. See, that's another reference I don't get. Guy de Chauliac. Guy? I guess it'd be pronounced Guy, not Guy. French people in the chat, how do you pronounce G-U-Y? Is it Guy?
Yeah, but that is also a name that doesn't ring a bell for me right now. Like it sounds like I should know it, but
Double
I don't.
reference? Is that one? Arcalis, teach us. I really like Humankind we are making with my studio also. TBS were inspired by this masterpiece. What game are you making, Michael? We're making with my studio also TBS. Turn-based strategy. That's what that means. The acronyms, y'all. I don't immediately know what it is. Sometimes I can figure it out, but cool. Tell us.
I mean,
tell us what game you're making. That's cool.
TBS, of course, is a little harder to remember because it's not a backronym.
Not a backronym?
You never heard the word backronym?
No, but I mean, it's back an acronym.
Yes, and it's like, it's the joke about, when you have some acronym that actually spells out a word and you get this feeling of somebody came up with the sequence of letters for the acronym and then decided what each letter stands for rather than the other way around.
Yeah. I got you. The leaky cauldron. Doesn't Chrome have more leaks than a sieve?
Yep.
I don't know, but
it definitely does have that reputation where it's like,
we have like 64 gigs of RAM, so
yeah, but
I think we'll be okay.
it's like, you know that meme with the buff dog and the sad dog? It's like, my computer running the latest first-person shooter at 144 frames per second with highest quality settings. Buff dog. My computer opening 3 tabs in Chrome.
Yeah, or playing Minecraft is usually the one that I see.
I mean, to be fair, Minecraft isn't graphically intensive, but like the storing all of the chunks to the blocks is probably very intense.
Enjoy, Cubs. Enjoy your avatar drops.
they finally dropped it.
The U from guy is mostly mute. So gi, right? Like G-E-E or G-I. Had to look it up because updates were named after people.
So you're saying it's pronounced like GI? Now that you know, knowing is half the battle?
G-I?
G.I. Joe, knowing is
Oh. Gosh. There's too many references. I can't keep track of them all. It's too much. My brain can't handle it, y'all.
I can make a different reference, but I suspect that there's like 2 people in chat who might get it. Because information is ammunition. Let's see who in chat gets it.
There's also another saying that courtesy is currency. My boss the other day was like, she said something like, hey, are you going to TwitchCon? Or are you going to be here during TwitchCon? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to be here. And she's like, okay, cool. I'll put you on the list or whatever. And I was like, oh, sweet. Thank you so much. And she's like, you don't have to thank me. It's my job. And I'm like, I said something like, it's your job, but, you know, oh, how did I say? I said something like, yes, it's your job, but also, you know, nobody's forcing you to do it. You still chose to do it, which is nice, so thank you. And then I said, and also courtesy is currency. You know, I don't know. It just takes so little effort to be nice to people, so I just don't see the reason in not just being like, yeah, thank you. Or
wait, now that we're not in war anymore, let's see if we can like grab all these dudes and oh wait, forgot to click the multi-select. Disband them. And maybe then, no, we're still only up to 3 people. Hey, you guys, you also retire, please.
So we're not at war though, right?
Yep, we just ended the war and hooray, we can finally build a second district.
Let's go. Everybody's starving, so maybe we should build some farms. We do have a lot of really good
like originally I wanted to do the farms down here and then they just established Thebes down there.
Yeah.
And yep, now they're starving even. Oh my god.
And we don't have enough farms to actually support the people. But we have another turn though. We have 1 turn to survive.
Yeah, but we have the problem is we can't build another farm until we get more population. We already built all of the infrastructure for food that we have.
Apparently it was a famous surgeon, the Gita something. I do need to rebuild my PC. Do you, boy in France?
I still don't have...
Is it getting old?
I need this so that here I can actually build this to get more food.
Gosh. This is a struggle. But you're killing the people.
But now nobody's starving anymore.
Now nobody's starving because there's nobody left.
Hashtag 4X games.
Goodness.
4X games bring out the worst in people.
Oh, could you refresh the caption screen?
You know, you were probably the last person I expected to disagree with me clicking that button.
Well,
you know, somebody bring up the quote.
I don't know if we have a command key for.
Somebody clipped it, so
it's a clip, yeah.
So clearly, you know, we don't have a command, but they can grab the clip because I have a fairly distinct memory of you making a certain statement.
Oh gosh. We're doing something like procedural world generation with a turn-based system. Also generating content based on machine learning will be cool. Sounds really awesome. You don't have a name for it yet, Michael? By the way, dude, you look like Cal Kestis, and your companion there has gray hair and glasses. Thanks. Cal Kestis must be the Star Wars person. People have been telling me that a lot. Honestly, they based it off of a real dude, didn't they? So we must look kind of alike. Was it based off of a real guy, Michael? I'm too conditioned. Yeah, Axel immediately came to your defense. It was a misunderstanding, but what's up, games for you? Problem solved. What happened? Oh, problem solved with the population. Sometimes when I look away from chat for like 5 seconds, all the things that they're saying, I have no idea what it was about anymore.
Immediately, it's like, what's even going on here? Like, you immediately turn into Travolta when he doesn't know what is going on.
Hey! Based on the voice actor. Okay, hold up. Voice actor. Maybe this is somebody I actually look like. My guess is that we don't really look like each other, but people think we do because they haven't seen enough redheads in their life. Jedi Fallen Order voice actor.
Oh my god, that cost went up sharply. The last one we finished in 2 turns, and now it's 40.
Sheesh.
You just help out with that obelisk of the gods, please.
Cameron Monaghan. Okay. American actor and model. He is basically me. 1993, American actor and model. Oh, wow, he looks very different in this picture, though. He is not a natural redhead? Is that what I'm learning? Yeah, this is maybe in the game he looks like me, but hold up, this is what he looks like in
Translucent?
yeah, he looks a little translucent. We look nothing alike. That's not what I look like. And if you say that I look like I'm coming for you.
You know, our plan had been to rush through this era, right?
You need to look at the image. You need to look at the image. I see what they're saying. I need to look at what image? No name for now. Well, we just got a work name, but NDA. Oh, of course. Code names. Cannot tell so much.
You know, I'm thinking maybe we need
Cal
this.
Kestis is Star Wars character. I'm a huge fan of this universe. 60 books done, another 100 waiting in shops. Yeesh.
Now you're choosing the agrarian Celts.
Posted it a bit above. Oh, let me go into the Twitch chat. Oh, I don't think it'll show up because I wasn't watching a second ago on my phone. And I don't think the mobile app actually. Oh my gosh, look at the. Oh, it was like 30 notification pop-ups. Oh, see here it does go in a kind of like swipey. Yeah, no, I can't look it up. And we can't click on the link while we're playing at the same time. There aren't 2 mouses, Cobbs. DM it to me on Discord. In my opinion, you look alike. Maybe my eyes are broken, I don't know. I think I have a different opinion because I am a redhead. You know, I will say this is just a purely research-based, not research, but
Opinion?
No. No. I was gonna say anecdotal.
Ah, yes.
This is only anecdotal, but I moved to China for 4 months, and when I first arrived in China, I felt more like people looked more similar than different. But after 4 months of living in China, I actually felt like people looked more different than they looked similar, which I feel like I could notice differences in their facial structure, in, you know, their eyes and whatever.
I definitely think it's a familiarity thing. When you're not familiar with the basic shape, you don't notice the subtle differences.
Yeah, but this is the cartoon, Cobbs. I'm talking about the actual actor. I definitely see the resemblance with the cartoon. I actually am not arguing that. I'm saying like the actor. I don't even know. They made. You sound so conceited. I think they made him more attractive in the game. Which, now that I just said what I said a second ago, sounds really dumb, but.
enjoy a constructive relationship.
Let's maybe start some trade to try and make them like us better.
Well,
Sent you an even better image.
thanks to the
We
first
welcome this opportunity for dialogue.
He must have dyed his hair for that picture that I saw, because he had like brown hair. But in this, he definitely has red hair. And it's really hard to dye your hair red. Like, people have tried. Heck, my mom tried for many years. Once her hair started to go white, she just didn't accept it. And she was just like, nope, I'm gonna dye it. And she had like this one dye from this one brand that if she dyed her hair and then like washed it twice after she dyed it, it became the right color. But the box color was too bright. You don't want to look like you're like a crayon or like some paint. If you squint real hard and have a bourbon. Yeah, exactly. I will say that he comes pretty close. The other one that I will say looks similar and maybe even more so than this guy is Canelo Alvarez, who's a Mexican boxer. In old movies where you could guess who is the bad guy by their hair. His hair is to the left.
There's also,
that's a no-no.
There's also sometimes, so much typecasting that, some actors, you just see them and you're like, oh, this is the bad guy, or this is the good guy,
Yeah.
or this is, a certain role. Like, Malcolm McDowell.
From
His most famous role is probably in Clockwork Orange, but that's not a role
I've
where
never
you
seen
would
it.
visually recognize him because he was so much younger. But like he played bad guys in so many movies, and then when Fallout 3 came out, and I was at a friend's place and he was playing, and then President Henry Eden came on the radio, and started talking, and I'm like, wait, you know that voice? And then we both thought, oh, it's Malcolm McDowell. Oh, so President Eden is the bad guy. It's like immediately.
Yeah, I realized we didn't actually start the captions again. Yeah, that was my bad. Yeah, well, the movie I just watched the new Little Mermaid, and Javier Bardem is the King Triton, and he played the like Spanish conqueror dude in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And he's played a lot of other more like really serious roles, but also kind of like bad guy serious roles. And like seeing him as like the king in that was kind of weird, because you expect him to be kind of this like stern but loving father, and it in a lot of ways it kind of feels like he's just stern and just kind of cold. I don't know. Oh yes, that's true. They are different. I don't want to call them races, but genetic equivalents depending on geographical location. And if we sit in one all the time, we don't recognize the details of something else. Yeah, Michael, I would agree with that. And I think that comes to play in really, in cultures that don't travel a lot, I guess. If Jordan was the anime character, he would be the passionate character who gets angry at everything solely based on hair color.
Who are you calling short?
Redheads have a hint of reddish orange color. Hard to dye it that color. Yeah. Well, and the other thing is that when you actually take my hair to one of those like really close cameras or like a microscope or something like that, it literally isn't the same color. It ranges all the way from like pure blonde to like brown. It's got like all of them, and it only looks this way because of the sun and like the lighting that it's in. That's why some people, when they see me in person but I'm inside, they're like, oh, your hair isn't as red as I thought it would be. And I was like, you want me to walk outside? Like, I could walk outside. And Kat would be the soft-spoken but wise character, solely based on hair color.
Would you like some jasmine tea?
The Jasmine Dragon. I'm not sure.
No, it was like one of the most famous characters who gets super angry. It's like Ed from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh,
and every time they call him short because he is short compared to everybody else, and he just like loses it.
YouTube lawyer did a review of the original Mermaid Disney movie, and they concluded that the father was 100% doing child abuse. I mean, even in the new one, he's pretty much child abuse. He goes into her little like grotto where she has all of her like things, and in this one, he like explodes stuff with his like trident. His trident turns like red, and it like does like this plasma beam that creates a vacuum like compression explosion underwater. It's pretty freaking cool, actually, but...
Also, Axel, I see where you put that dash. No, we are not going to that scene. Thank you very much. But yeah, I think we need to wrap up, given that my...
It is 8 o'clock, y'all.
My alarm went off, yes.
All right, let's see. I think we accomplished good things today.
Getting our butts kicked by the AI.
Yeah.
But then getting back up and punching back.
Yeah, you took him out. It was good.
But yeah, that didn't go as well as I was hoping.
But anyways, everybody, thank you so much for being here. This is our last stream of the week. As always on Thursdays, it's our last stream of the week. But just a heads up for anybody that wasn't here earlier in the week, I'm going to be on vacation next week. So our Tuesday at 11 a.m. and Tuesday at 4 p.m. streams will be canceled. And we will just have the Thursday 6 p.m.
We'll try
stream.
to have something on Thursday, unless, we somehow manage to explode the streaming setup or something.
You guys got this.
Which might happen. Because we have been discussing that maybe we'll finally, take a look at the modding tools on the stream, but we haven't installed the modding tools here yet. So who knows how we break the PC as we try to install the modding tools.
Yeah, so that's a potential option, not decided yet. I kind of threw that around when we were talking about ideas for what we could do for next Thursday's stream. So, if any of you are really interested in seeing how to make mods or what the modding tools might look like, if you're interested into getting into that, do let us know, because that would make us more likely to do a stream about that.
And I'm just praying that Dr. Kane will be here to give us advice, because he knows the tools way better than I do.
One of my suggestions was actually that we could have Dr. Kane be on a call or something. I feel like you're probably maybe still here in the chat, but I don't know.
I will.
We'll see. We'll see. It'll be good though. Definitely come by for next Thursday's stream, because it'll be a jam. But anyways, thank you all very much.
See you.
I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week, and we will catch you very soon. Me in 2 weeks. All right, bye.